Muzen was nice enough to send me this wild, rugged outdoor speaker, so let's talk about it.
What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Hi there, YouTube. I'm back again today for another tech review, and today I'm very excited to check out the Muzen Wild Mini Rugged Outdoor Speaker from Muzen. They were nice enough to send me a free copy of this to try it out and give you my honest thoughts on it. And this is a two-in-one thing. So first and foremost, it is a Bluetooth speaker, but it also has a built-in flashlight, which is really pretty dang nifty, I do think, as someone who's an avid outdoorsman, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So a couple things, some specs about this. It has Bluetooth 5.0, and I'm going to be talking about some of the specs, but then also talking about my experience with the unit over the last week of using it. I took it out camping with me, had a good deal of fun with it, and overall, I will say I'm pretty impressed with this little thing. But the first thing is, connection-wise, it connects really well. It connects really quickly. Like, I could connect it to my phone right now, and there's only a couple buttons on it. It's actually a little bit of a minimalist design here. You got this little, oh, that's a satisfying sound right there, to control the volume. You got this button right here, which will play and pause, and then you can also go left to right with it, and it will change song to song to song. And then you have the main nodule right here, which hopefully that's zooming in right there. I don't know if it's doing it well. And if you press it in, you can turn on the flashlight. If you press it up, you can turn it on Bluetooth. And let's actually do that right now. I'll show you how quickly it works. So I'll press up on it to say, hey, you're working now. Actually, no, I forgot. I got to turn it on first. Duh. So you press it down to turn it on, and you know it's on because it's flashing. Now it's doing the beep, 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 beep. So it's looking for this, and it's about to get me a copyright strike because it does connect pretty quickly. And no, you're not listening to Gloria Estefan because that's not what this channel is about. But you can see it connected to its previous source very quickly. Also, I was able to disconnect my phone and then reconnect it to something else pretty easily. And that's one thing I want to give it kudos for. I have so many pairs of headphones that have the most obnoxious, stupid names like GZR14LY. And it's like, that's not helpful. This one is named the Muzen, whatever the heck it is. And so kudos on that, the Bluetooth. The unit itself weighs, I haven't weighed it, I'd say about 1 to 3 pounds. It's hefty. It's a hefty little beast right here. It has... Oh, but back to the flashlight. I do want to talk a little bit about the flashlight. No, reception. That's one thing. It connects quickly, and I have had some good distance on the range. I didn't measure it approximately, but I'd say probably about 20, 30 feet. I was able to walk. I set my phone in my living room, and then I walked all around my house. And there was some spots, like when I got upstairs and when I got down to my basement and got all the way to the corner where it was breaking up just a smidge bit. But when I'd set it down, it would connect it. So it has decent range. It goes through walls pretty well. And when I headed out camping, like I would set my phone on the porch around this little camper we got, and then I would be mowing the grass. I'd be walking around. I would have it a pretty good decent distance away. I would say the connection on this thing, I was very impressed with that. Now, other thing that I need to mention about this, which I did test out just a little bit, even though it scared me to do it, was the fact that it is IPX5 waterproof. So what does that actually mean? That means don't put it in a hose, don't put it in the shower, but rain is fine on it. And I was brave enough. I left this thing out in the rain for about 20 minutes, and it worked just fine. And I think part of the reason why is it's really well enclosed. Everything in here is pretty well enclosed. In fact, where you charge it right here, because it just has a standard USB charge right there, is actually, I mean, you can listen. It really clicks into place there and creates this seal so that water isn't going to get in there. And I got to say, overall, really impressed with this unit. Now, a couple other things that I want to message, because I've had a lot of crummy Bluetooth speakers, so I can speak to them. Couple tests. First thing, it's louder than our Alexas. The Circle ones, it's obviously louder than the phone. You say, well, yeah, obviously it's going to be louder than the phone. No, I've had some Bluetooth speakers that weren't as loud as my phone. I'm like, what's even the point of this? It's so stupid. This one is not. It has some really good volume. I was able to vacuum and still keep listening to this. I inflated my kid's pool. So I had like a big inflator that inflated the pools, and I was able to turn this up all the way and hear my music with no problems at all. Music quality, I do want to comment on that, is good. It's not spectacular. It's not like you're expecting $300 pair of headphones, but I was able to hear everything really crisp, really clear. It popped. It sounded good. I really enjoyed the sound of it as well. So, last thing I want to talk about here is that this thing is pretty durable, and I'm gonna do something that I did earlier, but I'm gonna do it on camera. I'm just gonna drop it because this thing I want to convey to you just how sturdy this is. So let's go. Oh my gosh! Don't do it, Forrest. Don't do it. So this is my gaming table right here. So we're at my gaming table right here. You can see this is a chair right here. It's got a laptop on it. I about yanked the laptop off. That one is not going to be okay if it hits the concrete. However, this one, are we ready? On 3, on 2, just do it! Ah! So straight onto the concrete and don't get a copyright strike. Works perfectly fine. Maybe a scuff here. It's really solid metal. And I'm overall very impressed with this unit. So let's get back to the other camera angle. Couple more things I want to mention before I go into my final thoughts. Battery life on this was one thing that I think could be a con for some people. Just having it regularly going, it lasted 4 hours and 15 minutes after fully charged, and it does charge relatively quickly. I didn't time that, but I'd say probably 30 minutes or so, I think I remember, if I recall. And then with the flashlight, this was kind of surprising. It lasted 3 hours and 47 minutes. Because once again, that low key, and I'll get to the review, is one thing that really is why I'm going to use this as my primary Bluetooth speaker going forward. So let's just get into the pros and the cons now. So first on the con side, I do want to mention a couple things. It has this flashing light up top, which I find a little bit annoying, but I actually find it kind of nice because it lets you know that it's on and it's ready to go, but I wish you had an option to turn it off. It just persistently does that. Also on the con side, the case is really odd. Like, here's the case, and you're like, okay, I wouldn't expect like a super nice case. Like, yeah, it's like you flip open the things, and it's like it goes into this spot right here, and it's like, who's using this case? Like, this is durable. I just saw it smash against cement. It got rained on. It has a hook here so it can go in the back of my backpack and go, up a mountain with me. I don't feel like I'm going to be, I feel like I'm just going to throw it in my backpack instead of putting it into a case like this. But I guess I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. And the only thing I'm harking on that is because I say to myself, I wonder if they could have docked a couple dollars off the price by doing that. I also throw in a bag. It's weird. I don't know. That's all I got on the cons, honestly. I mean, as long for the price you're paying for this, I think it's around $79, $89. So it is pricey, no less. I enjoyed this. Now, I will be brutally honest here and say my experience with products like this generally is in the much lower range. I have a lot of things like this, and most of them kind of suck. This is one of the nicest ones I've had. But I'm going to use this. I'm going to use it for a lot of different reasons. First and foremost, the flashlight is absolutely spectacular. And I like, it's not super bright or anything, but just having this is so versatile. It also has a couple different light settings. So you can tap it. You can turn it a little less bright, and then you can have it flashing as well. But I use this a lot when I went camping, when I go to like the porta potty. If you're the kind of person who just likes to have music with you everywhere, I think this is really going to be something that you might potentially be interested in it. It feels sturdy. It's heavy, but not too heavy. It fits into a pocket. It fits in your hand if you just want to use it like a flashlight. Battery life is not spectacular, but I don't think most people are going to have an issue with it, especially since you could easily just, plug it in. Oh, don't get me a copyright strike. DMX, shut your mouth. You can easily just plug it in. But at the end of the day, I liked it. I'm going to give this one, I think, a solid 7.8. I think it's a very nice Bluetooth speaker, especially if you're in the market for something camping-wise, outdoors-wise, something like that. Or if you just want something durable. I think this would be good for kids as well. Except for the one thing. This thing they even mentioned, you got to be a little bit more gingerly with this. So I could see this part. No. You're not listening to DMX. Shut your mouth, D. All right. Behind the grave, trying to give me a copyright strike. But that is the Muzen Wild Mini Rugged Outdoor Speaker. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, check out the link down below. Full disclaimer, if I fill out some paperwork or something like that, I'll actually get a portion of if you go and buy this thing. But once again, that's not really going to impact my review. But have a great day, and thanks for your time, YouTube. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.